Hello everyone, Fangs of Fire here. Welcome to another Duos and Dark Halls match. Today we have Pizzawizard of Helm's Deep Dish playing as the Hunters versus Wckaczek with his team name of, to shorten it a little bit, the greatest player that there in the world and his humble sidekick. Weird, I know, but the full version of the team name is even worse. But one way or another, we this one way or another, this will likely be a very excellent match to watch, because for those who don't know, I'm in the League of Dracula 2023. Pizzawizard and Wckaczek. Pizzawizard won the league, but Wckaczek was runner-up, got the same number of wins as Pizzawizard, but Pizzawizard had better IDS, and that was what won him the crown. So these two, much like the game we had last week between Met King and Pizzawizard, where they have an even older rivalry, these two do have a rivalry. Perhaps not one as old as Pizzawizard did with Met King, but, well, nonetheless. Scouts, okay. Need to turn on the auto close dialogues. Just some. You did this to me, now I do it to you. Whoops. Day 1 scout reveal, Saragossa. Alright. Interesting. Yeah, going through the usual week 1 rule, except normally, this time there will certainly be no misdirect when the time comes, because Pizzawizard knows where that location is. So what point is there to misdirecting it? Oh, Wckaczek. Can't take a bit of your own fun, can you? Wolf form. I suppose that makes sense to an extent, because he could go literally anywhere in Spain. He could go out to Marseille, Clermont-Ferrand to the start of the Midbourne. So, yeah, obviously it will be a little bit of time before, and since there's a wolf form to hunt down, which could be literally be anywhere in Spain, I think it will be a bit of. Pizza will still be hoping for newspaper reports, despite the situation. You won day one battle. I won all the next days. Banter between contestants. Always amusing. Always quite amusing. Oh, dark hall. Okay. Interesting. So the fact that there was an immediate prompt, it meant that he had the option to play it immediately, but didn't have to. From what I know, the only drag events that's the case are Roadblock and some storms. Okay. Is it time to play Peekaboo again? Let's see. I think they'll simply check Marseille and Clonferrand, see whether he's just still in Spain. Oh, whoops. Peekaboo. Yeah, this is definitely interesting. And very amusing, too. So far, it's been like a game of Peekaboo. Ooh, where's Dracula? Peekaboo. Where's Dracula? Peekaboo. Of course, well, this is still the early game, and the thing is, Wckaczek, along with Spencer Wolfhart, are known for our lair stratagems, so therefore, Wckaczek may take advantage of this to start weaving. I may choose to. Since he was down in Spain, it's likely he was already planning to do this, but it's quite possible he'll start weaving a net of lairs that he can return to and just create deadly traps for the hunters. To the point where it will be quite a scramble to clear the trail. At least to clear it safely. Without... It will be difficult, to be sure. But since they know where the lairs are, what would be extremely funny to me is if Dracula just went to if Wckaczek just moved to Granada, the hunters have CG, and they happened to draw the Heavenly Host just right to nuke him right here and now. That would be extremely hilarious. Although I don't exactly want that, because with Helm's Deep Dish, the team that Pizzawizard is a part of, in the lead, I don't want Pizzawizard to have such an easy win as that. Oh, what's that she's showing? Excellent weather, okay. And she has her horse. She had that before, but she only obtained the excellent weather yesterday. Yes. So, Pizzawizard, it would appear by the fact that he's hesitating to supply, is at least considering moving, either that or trading. But the thing is, he's in no rush. He knows where the first encounter is. So... Yeah, so really the question is, at what point will Pizzawizard yeah, the question for now is, when will Pizzawizard consider himself well enough supplied to swords on the move, to start, as I was saying, to start moving. He did not go to Lisbon. Interesting. I mean, that's not all that surprising. I would guess that he went to Madrid at Wckaczek anyway. Quite possibly to put something like a bats there to try to build defenses around his first encounter. But if that was indeed the case, that has not worked out for him. I actually would have misdirected Saragossa if I were Wckaczek, because or at least I would do so now, because if you don't, you can find the possible locations as where you could be to very few locations. Saragossa is a very key point in maneuvering around Spain, second only to Madrid, since it's at the very entrance. I mean, granted, it could be Madrid, Santander, and he was like semi-counting on Seward to move today so that he could move on to Bordeaux tonight. Wax cylinders? Oh, oops. Gracious. That is a very daring move indeed. Wckaczek must be must be getting more and more annoyed, or annoyed / frustrated at the game for giving Peacewood all because I mean, he's lucky that if they did have CG, Van Helsing was likely the one holding it. Otherwise, he would be in massive trouble. They would only need 2 heavenly hosts to make him make an error. Because since you can't misdirect a wolf horn, he would only have to cover these 2 and Granada. That would wipe away all of that. That would wipe away everything but the hide card. So therefore, that would completely clear the trail. I know it would also give him his wolf horn back, sure, but that's hardly worth it. Speaking of heavenly hosts, there goes one now. Which seems to say to me that Pizzawizard does not have CG. Especially when he revealed Dracula in a place like Granada. Let's see, to refresh our memory. Yeah, the only real remarkable one has been the heavenly host. Oh. Woof woof woof. Aristocratic vampire. Spent a stake there. Alright. Now it's time for fun. For Wckaczek to start saying, do you like to have fun? Because I suspect that what's going to happen is he's going to lair Saragossa and then move there. Yep. That's Wckaczek for you. Obviously, he would have preferred that this was concealed from Pizzawizard, but I mean, but you can't. But in this case, that simply didn't happen. Oh, gracious, Pizzawizard, you gotta practice what you preach, man. When they made the event tier list, Pizzawizard was very annoyed at Vampire that were getting places lower in the tier list. He's always on about it being a mini RV and such, and now he goes and discards it. My goodness, he must have a lot of great stuff to be discarding that. Yeah, Peaceful is thinking about doing something, because here's the thing. We know that Mina has a horse. If Goldaming has a horse as well, and we know that or rather has the third horse, because we know that Seward has one too, he can charter a carriage down there and then a horse onto Goldaming if there's renewed vigor. Seward can just jump on. Van Helsing can just rail down normally with a 3-2 if he has one. And then Mina can do the exact same thing as Goldaming, in theory. But it would seem that Peacewood does not want to do an all-in this early. After all, it is still week 1, so... Oh, there goes a stake. Interesting. Interesting. Huh? Okay. Okay, Saboteur. I mean, yeah, we know that Stuart has dogs already, so... Yeah, I suppose that's one reason why you would not ambush. You would not try to jump on him now, because Stuart has dogs, horse, and one other thing. Fast horse. Oh, slow horse. Hoax. Alright. Well then. So be it. Yes. Yes, yes. Dogs OP. I mean, to put things, I think that I personally believe that the correct way to put things like that is that everything has, at least in terms of dogs OP, garlic wreath OP, and other things like that, is every card has its moment. There will always be some time or another where it has a chance to shine. The problem is that some cards just seldom or never get that opportunity. Alright. So, did Dracula go Alicante or Madrid from Granada? That is the current question in terms of the trail. And then where did he go after Saragossa? Which, Saragossa has quite a few connections, so there are several options to be sure. Yeah, Dracula does still have that. That honestly, if that were a roadblock, I would consider playing it now. Play it to just box through it in a small town so that he can't resupply. You know that one of those things is a horse, and then you could lair Granada, then in theory just walk onto him. Although honestly, going to Granada is probably not the best of ideas. I mean, you won't get nuked, you know that much, but... It's hard to say. Another stake discard, and discarding... blood transfusion. Okay, no real surprise there. Okay, it was Alicante. Now the question is, does Pizzawizard try to do a 2-on-1 and try to guess that he's at Clonfelran right now? That'd be a 2-on-1. But this early in the game, even though it's a 2-on-1, I'm not sure you really want to do that. And if you have a heroic leap and you want to get in the 5 damage, go ahead. That's fine. That I could definitely see. But apart from that, I don't know. Reckless Vampire. So let's run. How many stakes are left? There's only one left. 2 were discarded by Guldoming, and 1 was used on the Wckaczek. Mesmerize? Heavenly Host. Whoa. Oh boy. That was a rescue. I mean, Van Helsing is definitely the safest one to do that on. Strange though that may sound. But let's not forget about Van Helsing's Uh, and for those who aren't familiar with the game, that may sound extremely strange, but Van Helsing, in addition to being able to trade events over long distances, has the ability to hold 2 bite tokens he before he just outright dies from a bite. So therefore, Henley hosts. He is the one that it's, at least in that particular type of scenario, safest to do that with, as there is a little bit as if in the event it goes south, it still isn't really the end of the world. Okay. So obviously, since he went for just escaping from that, his hand coming in here was he had a stake, and a Henley host. So he'll just stake that one, and they'll be able to move on to the next spot. The next spot being either Toulouse, Barcelona, Madrid, or Santander. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Just supply. Yeah, I get the impression that Goldaming's digging for a horse. Otherwise, he would have used a yellow 2 a good while ago. Alright, what we got hiding here? At Alicante. A spy. Does he... Okay, horse, rifle, lucky find, wax, cylinders, escape route. That could really damage horse economy. Okay, well there's the last of the 4 stakes in the discard. But... And the next spot does have a rumor token. But, whoops, wrong discard. But if it's a fighting vamp, 66% of the time it'll be a new vamp, since there's only 1 reckless left to 2 new vampires. Alright. The question that is burning in my mind most is, did he, is he in potentially Geneva right here now? Did he go due north? That is looking more and more likely. I suspect that, but then again, Seward and Van Helsing both need to resupply for a bit, refill their items, slots. Newspaper. Okay, so he did go north. So, and since Hyde is still on the trail, he can't have gone to Barcelona and hid, so he hasn't gone to Barcelona. And then Elsing came from Bordeaux yesterday, so he didn't go to Bordeaux directly after, but he could be there now. It could be Toulouse, Clermont-Ferrand, and Bordeaux, in theory. I'm wondering why he didn't just move Van Helsing, possibly into Barcelona or back to Bordeaux. I suppose he was worried that he might step on Drac. and that definitely could. And Van Helsing with only one item, regardless what it is, I could definitely turn out to be very chaotic. Discarded an escape route. Yeah, Surid needs to refill his tickets, obviously. And honestly, I'd say that Van Helsing has that same concern. Okay, feed. Oh, that's interesting. That evil presence actually does tell us quite a bit. Because going to Toulouse, not adjacent to any hunters, that actually tells us quite a bit. That means that he's either currently at Bordeaux, and did that little loop-de-loo thing I mentioned. He went up to Nantes, Paris, or Geneva. Or, well, no, not Geneva. I'm near both sitting right there. Oh. Okay, so he went Clermont-Ferrand. I suppose we kind of knew that already, didn't we? Question, and he did not go to Geneva. So is it Paris? Or is it not? That's the question. So I anticipate that Dracula will likely go to sea soon. Okay. Well, Dracula Darkhall, if he's at Nantes, does he hide or does he Darkhall to try to fetch another Drac event? I mean, starting with North Atlantic as your first sea is not fun. I know that from experience. Then again, sea voyages in general are not exactly pleasant. So, I would guess that he's hiding at Nantes right now. Surprising return. Yeah, we haven't had any allies yet, so that's not much good. That's not to say that we won't draw one, possibly even right now. Oh, Mia's displaying that she has a good luck. I wonder, could he potentially have kept that hidden? Because if Pizzawizard was paying enough attention, he will know that what Dracula has is either summon stores or a roadblock, and if it's the latter of those, he will use it, make sure to use it in a way where good luck won't help. So, will there be a Dark Call for another Drac event? A vampiric influence would suck for the hunters. I mean, Mia's horse could get sniped. After all, the hunters just shuffled the item deck. So if he were to draw a vampiric influence and snipe Mia's horse, it would take ages for them to get that back. Probably longer. They probably just don't have that sort of time. So it looks as if will Pizzawizard just let Toulouse go, let it mature, say whatever. I'll let you. Okay, wolf form. Either from Nantes or from Paris. Well, Nantes. Well, that is if he hid. We know that this place here is Nantes or Paris, but after that, we don't know for sure. Okay, so he is going to go and at least attempt to lose. Wckaczek is at least thinking about ambushing, but decided not to. And it's possible that he was just like looking away from the screen for a moment or pretending to think about it, and this is nothing but an aristocratic. Oh, he is not hidden. Interesting. So now we know that this place is not that is not the same as that one, obviously, but we know that that one is either Nantes or Paris. Possibly Nantes, Paris, then Wolfram out of Paris, perhaps. And he is currently at Nuremberg. That's a guess I'd be willing to make. Okay. New vampire. Alright. Well then. He knows that the spot before this was Nantes or Paris. Or at least, Pizzawizard should know that. Whether he fully figured that out, I don't know. But we get one space away from Nantes or Paris, quite possibly Paris, for one away from Nantes, and then wolf form, and now oh, Aggie, hi there. No, not Prague. I suppose the possibility of a CG nuke. That makes me think that he has drawn CG, since he discarded that Heavenly Host earlier. And by that I mean, in the time since then he has drawn CG. And wanted to know if he could possibly just get a new... Oh, Rufus. Okay, so that's now 2 allies that he's drawn. Yes... I would definitely check Nuremberg. Let's see. Not at Nuremberg. This is interesting. So I'm beginning to think that this is Paris, Strasbourg, and then Wolfram to Munich, and now Zagreb. If it's not that, then it would likely be Nantes, Le Havre, Wolfram up to Cologne, and is now in the very north of Germany. I'm not sure if... I'm not sure if Captain Gyro, if you're watching this live, or well, if you watch this, I myself do see the potential for psychic bonds in that scenario to have been very nice for him. I couldn't help but think several times that I might have done some psychic bonds to rule out some regions to get a general direction of which way he's going. Okay, so that seems to say that he has now gone to sea into the North Sea. But then again, it could just as easily be Paris, Geneva stepping right next to them after the evil presence. Well, except no, there's a local rumors after that. Okay, so wolf form to Nantes. Alright, that tells us. That does tell us stuff. So that means that's the channel. And that this here is Paris. And Mina at least was showing an excellent weather, so we know that there's one of those somewhere in the hunter's hands. So, as it has not been discarded yet. Discard speed telegraph. Okay. Fast horse. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it now. What happened was Toulouse, Clermont, Paris, Strasbourg. Okay, Stake, Holy Circle, Lucky Find. Okay, I didn't quite catch all of that, but that's. But I know that. But he still has Escape Route, Lucky Find, and Wax Cylinders. I didn't catch what the last event was, but he has a rifle, stake, and Holy Circle. Hi there, Gio. Yep. Pizzawizard has successfully deciphered the puzzle. So we know Seward has a stake. So I imagine that he'll now go to Le Havre to deal with whatever that is rumored. That perhaps. Okay, so this is very interesting. So Dracula casual landed in England. Behind the veil, it summons storms. There goes the fog. There is also like rats. The only other remarkable thing I saw was a reckless vampire. Yeah, he doesn't have the best of hands. Oh. Discarding the good luck. Yeah, now that he knows it's not roadblock and that it's storms, he discards the good. Okay, I'm assuming by the fact that no one even like went moving to ports, that that there's a CG going on here, that he'll like CG hotel him into Plymouth, perhaps? After all, there was a heavenly host discarded, so it's possible that they've been digging to try to find it again to make it full power. Okay, all right, right. That's which, yeah. Mm. Okay, so Gul'dan gets bitten. And that's another point for Wckaczek. Yep. And the hunters do not have great strength. There would have been a second prompt there if they had it. First, as to whether to use it. So he does have a surprising return. Interesting. And so that means that anytime he needs Aggie or Rufus, he can call upon them for help. What's Dracula's health situation? 12? Yeah, I think that's what's best for the hunters. So they know that he is at London, or possibly, like, highly unlikely, but possibly at Plymouth. They know that 100%. Do we have a CG here? No. It's curious in that he didn't send someone on ahead to at least start getting to ports and such. Possibly he's trying to catch him in a CG nuke at Manchester? Yeah, I actually kind of approve how Seward did not search the Hive with that stake. Because chances are, at this point, chances are it's an aristocratic. Because there's only one fighting vamp left, and what's more, he knows that if this is a vampire, because he just stood behind the veil and saw the last reckless vampire was still in Dracula's hands. So we know that this was not a fighting vampire, and therefore, whoever that's going to just stick around on the mainland can search that and just get delayed to get rid of it, and he doesn't have to care about that. So yeah. So instead he's gonna it's possible that he may just let this mature, give him 3 more points. Although if he does that, there is the danger of a pirate drac, whereas Wckaczek will just cruise around, unless if Wckaczek does try to do that. He does have the ability to summon Rufus Smith back, to make that just too dangerous. Make it so he just doesn't have... Okay, yeah, summon storms. Makes sense. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Only 15 in the discard. So there's actually still 10 Drac events in there. Okay, going over to Strasbourg to stake the new vampire. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, and honestly, I imagine that he knows Seward has a stake. Not ambushing, just gonna let him stake it for free. And it costs a nice action in the stake, so it's not really for free. But then again, but that's really as free as it can get. I'm guessing that he will be moving. Okay. So that means that the first storm token that will get renewed here will be at the North Atlantic. Since there's no hunter threatening to go into that sea today. Yeah, if he's really paying enough attention to the implications of that behind the veil, he'll just have Van Helsing search this. He doesn't care that it's rumored or it's at night. It's not going to be a fighting vamp. Because behind the veil happened when he was at sea. Okay, and that's the second fog accounted for. So, that's good. However, Dracula is not far from reshuffling his deck. That's the bad news. And in fact, should he do another Dark Hall for whatever reason, anytime soon, he will reshuffle the deck faster that way. Which, honestly, I might be tempted to do simply for that reason. Because all the hunters know that, like, four of your vampires, 4 of your fighting vampires, both your fogs, gone. So that's a lot of both spies. That's a lot of the best, like, guardian, what I like to call guardian encounters. I suppose a simpler term for it would be simply be defensive encounters. Yeah, so now the storm token to the channel will be removed at dusk today, I imagine. Newspaper landed at London, to be expected. And presumably he went to Swansea and potentially hid. Don't know. Long discarding a host. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. I'm not sure how this is looking for the hunters. Because if Dracula plays this right, he can just linger on on England long enough to the point where he may be able to get 3 points before leaving England, and then just go to sea and land on the mainland for the win. Holy Circle and Bullets. Did he play Mystic Research? No, he hasn't yet. In fact, okay, well oh, it's daytime already, man. Sometimes in the other game that it just creeps along, but at sometimes like this, it just flies by. So does Dracula go to sea now? Okay. So now that was definitely a very good summon storms. That stalled the hunters off for a while. The downside, of course, is that the hunters got more events. Better managed to filter their items a little. Okay, 3 Nocturnal Visits, Summon Storms number 2, and False Tip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There are only 5 left in there. Yeah, this has definitely been a very interesting game. Regardless who ends up winning, it will have been this is a fascinating show, and definitely a good example. Wckaczek is a top tier, as I mentioned at the beginning, was runner up in League of 2023. So he is a top tier player. And he definitely has managed to dig deeper into the intricacies of Dracula than most have. I mean, if he gets found out right away, what does he care? They still have to come to your encounters and deal with them, unless they give you too much good matures. So, it's gonna happen eventually. Yeah, he knows a lot of different forms of trickery that one can pull as Dracula. Depending on where I am as depending on whether I'm sitting on a hide card or not, as Dracula, you know that the hunters know that you have no fog. Do you perhaps wolf run to Plymouth, since English Channel is about to hop off? Then, for a Saturday move, go into. Well, but then you don't have wolf run for landing, so that's probably kind of a dumb move. Wckaczek is. Yeah, best make sure that Wckaczek is definitely thinking, and this isn't some sort of bug. Thinking. Okay. Okay, just making sure I wasn't I wasn't a bug. Okay, just making sure there was no bug. Okay. So the deck is reshuffled. It is now possible for Dracula to have fog in hand, but it is impossible for anything on that is currently on the trail to be a fog. Also in his lairs. Evil presence. Oh, that was convenient. So now we know that that there is a hide that either he went through Manchester and therefore is at Swansea now, or as seems to be the case, he hid at Liverpool. One thing that I am definitely curious about is that so far we have seen 0 bat encounters from Wckaczek, and that's a little bit strange because Wckaczek, I know, loves bats. He loves batting people into his traps. And it's possible that since he got revealed right away, and kept getting revealed, he never had time to lay a proper trap. But we still didn't see them when we. Oh, hello. Okay, lol. And we still didn't see them when he did Behind the Veil. So he either placed them or put them in lairs and cycled them that way. Oh, what's this? Mina is showing an RV? Gracious. Mina's hand must be very stacked for her to be showing that. Then again, Dracula will suspect that you will be playing around RV always at this stage of the game. It is now 18 cards in the supply pot in the event deck. Okay, get to reveal using it for deduction, I assume. He put down his last fighting vamp in Liverpool. Alright, well, we know that Seward has an escape route, unless things change. Now, here's the thing. Could that if Mina or Van Helsing is holding the second excellent weather... Okay, yeah, he's going to see. There could have been an RV play to jump on him 2-on-1. Okay, yep, time to summon Rufus Smith to duty. And now, all of those who do not believe in the power of Rufus will see his might. Because without him, Wckaczek could just stick around out at sea until he can just land at CAG or something. I mean, he can still get that far, but he'll be far more hurt if he does that. 11, 9, 7. Yeah, he'd have 7 HP landing on CAG. more Dracula events are going into the discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20, 21, 22 in the pile. And Dracula doesn't have any in hand, so there's 3 more. I might have just passed, not let it mature. Well, no, that's exceedingly dumb. You can't let these mature. Local rumors. Okay, so London gets mature, whatever that is, and if that's another aristocratic, then unfortunately for Pizzawizard, Wckaczek has just won this game. A hoax. Oh. That would be there will almost certainly be unearthly swiftness amongst that. There is a 22 out of 25% chance, which is an 88% chance that unearthly swiftness is among those cards. So therefore, he takes unearthly swiftness, moves by sea one more day, then lands unearthly swiftness, moves again, and that's the game. So I think that hoax mature settles it. There is a very either that or Darkness Returns. Either one will do the job. But I think that Pizzawizard has just lost, sadly. Yeah, this hide card could be a bats for all we know. Could have been buried at the bottom of the draw pile, and he finally used it. But so far as I can, I'm pretty sure that unfortunately for Helm's Deep Dish, Wckaczek has got this game. Because unless by some miracle Unearthly Swiftness was one of the 3 cards that was not in the discard pile, then he has Unearthly Swiftness and will be winning it tomorrow. And this will be quite a high IDS win. No need for a wolf form or anything. So he will be. If what I think is about to happen happens, then this is going to be an 11 IDS win for Wckaczek, which will be quite a blow to Helm's Deep Dish's IDS. And depending on how well, depending on what other results happen throughout week 4, that sort of thing may actually put Helm's Deep Dish a little bit on the back foot from at least a couple teams, and it'll help, and I'll give other teams a bit of time to catch up, if that's the case. And or pull ahead in a couple cases. Yep, Unearthly Swiftness. It was almost, as I said, there was an 88% chance that was there. And what's more, you have to think of that twice over, because Darkness Returns would have had the same effect. except they would have had to take wolf form in it to avoid getting bunted back out to sea via CG. Well, no, he could have landed at Bordeaux nonetheless. And what's more, even if they played CG, he shifts the trail and matures the Reckless first, so it makes no difference. Darkness Returns or one or the other, that's all he needed. And, okay, GG. GG well played. GG well played. GG well played both. Post game chat? Post game chat? So, I'm to AC3. Let's see if I can get both of them. Let's see if I can persuade them to come for a couple questions. Okay, make sure that the music will turn off for a bit while I make sure I have my OBS settings ready for them. Okay. Well. Okay. But in any event, to those who, if you don't want to wait around, feel free to go. And thank you all for watching. I definitely won't try to hold you here for while I ask them a couple of questions. It's about the game, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it is when you are where you are in the world. Especially for those of you who watch this on YouTube rather than live. Thank you all for watching, and have a good day. Bye bye.